Truth is a practice painting workshop where we focus on mindfulness, mental health, and practices that make us feel grounded, but also cater to our personal needs. It is a method of expressing yourself, art therapy, and it is not about necessarily painting at like Bob Ross and Van Gogh. It's really about getting in touch with what you need for yourself to feel whole. And even though it is a personal experience, we're having it in a public setting, we're sharing space, but everybody's painting will be different because everybody's needs are different. So let's just jump into an icebreaker. I know it's just the four of us right now. We're going into what Paint Your Truth is about and what we're here to do. I would like us to ground the room or ground the setting, which is a breathing exercise. So I'm going to use the tap and go. And with each tap, we're going to inhale deep, and then we're going to exhale 3 times. Community is like the art community. I would also say the Haitian community, because I am Haitian American, and just the local community, Somerville or Camberville, as they say. So I'm right on the line. So that is how I define community. And when was the last time I felt pure joy? I think the last time I felt pure joy, like a child, was in, I want to say January, February, where I went to like a Harpoon Brewery in South Boston, and they have this like big slide, this like slope slide, and me and the kids were just having the time of our lives going up and down that slide. And it was just reminding me of just like that carefreeness, that repetition of doing things, like going down the slide, and it's the same thing, but it feels exciting each time. It feels carefree, and it just feels happy. So that was the last time I had a pure sense of joy, was going down that Harpoon slide. Okay. That was the snow slopes. Girl. That shit took me out in a good way. And that's how I'm spending my Saturday, recapturing my youth. All right. I'm ready. Yeah, it's the bumpiness that kind of gets you.
Yeah, I'm going down tomorrow in 5 inches of it. Yeah, I'm here tomorrow. I'm happily saying come over the way.
This is like my 4th time doing these slide thingies. It's good exercise. You know what's coming, but it's still a little bit of excitement. And it's not too crazy because it's literally me and this little ass girl doing that shit. And once I got here, I was like, oh my God, is this even made for adults? Like, I feel so childish. And I was like, bitch, you're already here. Let's try this shit out. It's only $10 for an hour. This is like my 4th time doing this. It's supposed to be my special day. I'm gonna recapture my youth this Saturday. My self-care Saturday, bitch. The snow slopes. The snow slopes.
Top bagels and everything. So doing that. Who wants to go over here? Whoa! Back to
And that's just pure joy. So what is your version of pure joy? When was the last time you felt that? So I'm going to give everybody 30 seconds to think about, what they want to answer for where they're from, as well as when was the last time they felt pure joy. So take a couple of seconds to think about it, and then we'll start answering the icebreaker.
All right, I'll go.
Go ahead.
So I got and be fair. And you know, I've been recently. I want to show you my sketchbook, and I've gotten into art therapy, so I'm at the right place. But I see this. Oh, I got to get off my phone. I need human contact. I got to get to this and painting in cocoa, and I'm seeing these things. So I'm all for it.
Okay. And when was the last time you felt pure joy?
When I'm painting.
When you're
I've drawn and paint on and off, but I'm doing it. It's more of a mindful type of thing now. So.
Okay. So who brought you into like art therapy and all that stuff?
It was during guided meditation. They every morning and they put up this picture, and it's like a landscape, like a Bob Ross style painting.
Okay.
And I just started drawing it. What about you? What's your origin story about art?
Story. Okay. So I've always loved art since I was a kid, but I thought it was just like something you kind of do just to like pass time, like a kid's activity.
Right.
And then I went to college for psychology, and I took one art class as like an elective. I was close to graduating, and I needed to fill up my course load. So I took it, and I loved it. And I was like, well, this is cool, but like, I'm in school for psychology. I'm about to graduate. Like, I don't think this could be actually useful. And then the Me Too movement happened, and there was a lot of discussion about power imbalances, people abusing their power, and victims speaking up. And I thought, like, maybe people may not have the words to describe what they've experienced, but everybody could put paint to canvas and let that represent them for the words they may not have. They may be able to express it through art. So then I looked into, is that even a thing? And then I found out art therapy, and then the branch of art therapy, which is process painting. I was like, this is very much a thing, and I think people should explore this, and I should explore this. And then every year since 2016, I've been hosting these like pop-up workshops of painting in different neighborhoods, and of allowing people to be in the space of like mental health. It does not necessarily have to be trauma or sexual assault related, but it's just in the way of like, how do you express yourself? Like, what are the things that are missing within you or in your life that you would like to integrate? Are you seeing yourself? Are you nurturing yourself? So it's more so like a mental check-in itself.
Getting into it because I'm studying this, but I think they're no, here, I'll just pull something up here then if you want to, if you're really interested.
If there's a conflict between community members, and it's not violent, it's not like sexual assault, it's nothing like that, but it's just conflict, or it could be a disagreement. How does community come in and have some type of like
conflict-free counseling?
Yeah, conflict-free or conflict resolution or some type of mediation. Like, does that exist? And if it doesn't, how does community come in and make that a thing?
Yeah.
So that's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then now there's the reparenting.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever is the generational cycles. Are you into the
No, that's real.
I go deep fast.
No, honestly, and then when you reflect on your life and certain decisions you made, you're like, oh, I made that decision because I didn't have the complete context. So being able to like empathize with yourself and see that like you made decisions based off of like the cards that you were dealt with.
Right, and then how you were treated growing up in your parents' house, then these relationships you're going to keep failing because there's a pattern, because even though it's unhealthy, it is familiar to you, and your system likes what is familiar to you. And if you don't know any better, you'll just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Right, and this is the generational cycle, because that's what your parents were taught, and then they teach you.
They don't know any better, so they couldn't teach you any better.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Maura?
I was gonna say, the cycle keeps repeating.
But I love when people, I have kids and my parents like yell at me, and if I catch myself yelling at my kid, I don't do that because I'm trying to. I applaud, that's so wonderful, you're breaking the cycle. I think these people are doing this hard to deal with their trauma, or they have some kind of autism, Asperger's spectrum, because most normal people would just draw like a Bob Ross, the pretty sunset stuff, where this stuff is so out there. But I do like when you can combine two things that because that talk therapy can only go so far. Hearing people who have been through the same situation you have, because that's where the true healing comes from.
I think it is a community effort. I think there's, for my non-professional, because I am not a certified therapist, but I do think there's only so much talking can do. And I think if there isn't actionable steps, whatever that looks like, then it tends to be a complaint fest. We're just here to complain.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So in the complaint, if there's a resolution, like I'm not married, so I can't give any marriage advice. Yeah. But if there was these are the qualifying factors of what makes a marriage toxic or no longer healthy, and then what are the actionable steps? And I'm assuming leaving a marriage isn't easy. So how does community step in? How do you make an escape plan? How do you save some money for I gotta get out of here? Do you have copies of your children's personal information, like the social and birth certificate? Like all of that has to be factored in, which takes time and effort. But if that's not where the conversation is leading towards, then it just tends to be a complete fest. Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
And then I paint the picture. And some are better than others, but the ones that aren't as good, the silver paint gave it like a reflection. It gives the water a reflection kind of thing. So that's kind of even if it doesn't come out, there's always like one thing that you like about the thing. So I do more other stuff here, like I like what you did, the one flower thing, like that. So that's always a good one. But yeah, anything nature is always right.
Because I don't think about that. I make trees too, but I don't think about the roots, and I really
those focusing and the metallic. You know what's really great is the brush markers. And like you see the Asian writing with the swishing and all that, that's all the paint markers. So with the metallic adds the thing. So some of them are better and some of them, but I do like the silver paint gives the water a reflection. So that was the plus on that. So I'm glad I was here,
Okay, so I did the house, and then the sun's right there, and then like the background is like kind of orange, and like kind of orange with purple.
And can you tell us, how did you feel as you were painting?
I felt inspired.
Tilt it over this way.
Okay.
Was there a rhyme or reason for the colors that you picked or the painting that you put on your canvas?
I was kind of just being spontaneous.
And what does your painting represent?
Like it represents like my like springtime and like how my life is simple.
Okay. And I guess, how are you going to integrate what you've painted into your self-care, your life, or your routine?
So like I don't know, like
Or just like enjoying spring?
yeah, enjoying home, enjoying spring.
Okay, just resting.
Yeah, resting.
All right, thank you for sharing, Laura.
What does he represent? Honestly, I just wanted to paint something. I don't know if it represents anything. Maybe I need to think more about it. I really like this color scheme.
Okay.
How I'm going to incorporate it in my life. It's really relaxing to do this, so I'd like to paint more just for fun.
Okay. All right.
Don't judge it. Don't try to be perfect. Enjoy the art of the.
What's the second thing?
Community. Yeah, pure joy.
Pure joy. Community. I don't know if I would say that. I experienced like a community here in Boston.
Or just community where you're from. Like, what's your community? How you identify being part of a community? It doesn't have to necessarily be Boston.
I think for me, it's just my family. Because that's my sister actually.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Was it for like school or vacation?
No, it was vacation. Vacation. Like I think the just going to the beach was just.
Yeah, they don't make beaches like that in
No.
America. All of it.
All
So
of
like,
it?
what did you paint?
Oh, okay.
How did it make you feel? And all of that.
Trees. That kind of like signify a little bit of like frost, and then a red moon and some shiny stars. But I did it because of I just wanted to do something like different, just show like how using different colors to signify something that we all know as one particular color can just change I guess the entire feeling of an environment. So and also I do have a plan to write my own story. I do have a dark fantasy type comic book that I really want to work on sometime. So I guess I could incorporate something like this.
This is my painting. And just like everybody else, I didn't have a concept. I just was painting. So I started painting these like bubble clouds things. And then I ended up painting a face. I don't really paint people or figures, but I wanted to like try to see what I can do. And then the yellowish, goldish is supposed to represent the ground. And the concept of the painting is supposed to be kind of like the head above the clouds, but the angle would be like someone looking at someone looking up above. So that's the angle. And then like the top space is supposed to be like the clouds, the silver lining, but it's not really a silver lining. It's more like when it's raining and it's cloudy and you really can't see nothing. But like we know eventually how weather works, it will clear out, the sun will come out. We just can't see it. So I guess the representation of this painting is like, you know, you might have these ideas, big or small, and you may not know how they'll come into fruition, but like always keep your head up and always like envision what you would want to see in the work. So that is, I'm glad that y'all came. I felt grounded and happy. I don't paint when I'm not grounded. And like for most people, I'm assuming they paint because it's like jigsaw puzzle or something that just gives them a study, something that grounds them, something that they can work towards, but is at their own leisure pace. And that's the way I take painting. I don't have an expectation to paint something. I don't have an expectation for it to look like something, just to enjoy the process. And how I integrate this is having more of these workshops. Like I said, I was nervous. I was like, oh Lord, hope it's not me and Raina. But I like meeting folks. I like hearing folks' story, and I hope more folks come out to future workshops. So that's my
the point was just felt like picking just first I picked 3 colors, which was red, white, and black.
Can you show us? Okay. All right.
And then kind of just go with the idea of like less is more kind of, and then focus more just on the color and like this the gestures, right? And I'm like, what is it? And then I don't know, I felt like adding some extra color. You said that it's like a building with that some or something.
Yeah, building with the black one.
Yeah. So
All right. And how did you feel as you were painting?
it was fun.
Okay.
Like kind of grounding.
Okay. And how are you going to integrate your painting into your life or your routine?
So I'm a musician, but I don't really paint much. I did when I was a kid, but I enjoyed this, so maybe I should do painting too as well.
You can do painting.
And see how it interacts with my other artistic outlet.
Yeah, music and art. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Art, shakack, boom. Oh, shakack, art. Did somebody mention art?
La reine te lave moins, nèg yo son des raisons moins, nan grand chemin.